Hi everyone, it's time for another episode of Adams for the Love of Movie Picks. This time around we're going to be talking about the 2006 film Grandma's Boy. Now this video was a request by my manager Joe, so the shout out to you Joe. Here's the video. I hope you like it. So the basis for Grandma's Boy, it's pretty simple. 36-year-old video game tester named Alex basically has just gotten kicked out of his apartment and ends up moving in with his grandma. He's also working on a side hustle for this video game, or on the side as well as working on like at a video game company. He's got his own video game that he's making, and basically the guy who's like the head guy at the video game company, JP, ends up wanting to steal his video game. Or tries to actually steal his video game, and his grandma is actually the one who helps, prove that it's actually Alex's video game. So before we get too much into it, I just want to say this movie is, first of all, I forgot it was 2006. It honestly has an older feel to it. It feels more mid to late 90s, but it's actually 2006. And there is a lot of big, well-known names in the comedian world in this movie. So you got Alan Covert as Alex. You've got Peter Dante as Dante, who's actually one of Alex's many friends and his drug dealer or drug supplier, however you want to say that. Joel David Moore is the one who plays JP. You got Kevin Nealon as Mr. Cheezel. Nick Swardson as Jeff. Jonah Hill as Barry. I'm just trying to see if there's anyone else in this. I'm pretty sure there is. In terms of comedic actors, but then also there's just some, other well-known actors in this as well. You got Linda Cardellini as Samantha, Shirley Jones as Grace, Shirley Knight as Bea, Doris Roberts, late Doris Roberts as the grandmother, Alex's grandmother Lily. Let's see who else is in this. I know there's a few other ones in this. Jonathan Logren as Josh. Kevin Nash plays a cameo in this. Oh yeah, Rob Schneider is in this as well. As Yuri plays a cameo. David Spade is in this. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, so for what I would consider not a blockbuster movie, it's pretty well known. It's a pretty good cult following. But just it's not like I hate to use this reference over and over again. It's the first one that pops into my mind. It's not like of a Titanic level movie. So considering the number of well-known actors in this is quite impressive. And the storyline, as simple as it is, it's effective. It works so good. It's hysterical. The best way I can put a spin on it is like it's almost like an earlier version of Pineapple Express, but with video games involved. And there's with this much comedic talent in the movie, you bet it's hysterical. Dante, the guy who plays Dante, the drug dealer, is funny. He ends up with a chimp that provides a lot of comedic moments. Even the guy Joel David Moore playing JP, just his character, even when he's not trying to be funny, he's funny because he's just such a shy, awkward, weird loser. He comes in at the beginning of the movie. He's dressed like Neo from the Matrix, which is cool. But then he starts acting like some kind of weird ass android, like he thinks he's a robot or something. Some of the stuff he does is pretty hilarious. Even the grandmother, Doris Roberts, I think her name is. She is hysterical. For an older, lady playing a grandma and kind of thing. She has some pretty funny moments. Provided, and of course, her roommates are funny too. The one lady is just, whacked out on drugs, and the other lady has her own pretty funny moments. Of course, his friends too. Like he's got coworkers that are also his friends, and he's just got friends that are friends, and and just some that are strictly coworkers. They all do their part, provide their role into making this movie very funny. The Grandma's Boy, obviously, it's an adult movie. It's not for a younger audience. I mean, like I said, you got the consistent reference to drugs, language, even the violent video games and violence in the movie. So yeah, it definitely wouldn't be recommended for a younger audience. But I mean, anyone who's of age, I think will enjoy this. He even says right in the back here, Grandma's Boy has it all. Bong hits, topless women, and Shirley Jones talking dirty. I mean, that pretty much sums it up right there. I mean, even the picture of the bag with a monkey smoking a cigar, I mean, just tells you all you need to know about this movie. But yeah, like I said, the basic premise of it is like Alex said, Alex is, come up with his own video game. JP tries to steal it, and then Grandma ends up helping him in the end to prove that it's his video game and save the day and prove what I wouldn't say quite fraud, but what a loser and, untrustworthy guy that JP is. And really helps establish Alex in the world of video games and making his mark. So yeah, Grandma's Boy. If you've never seen it, definitely check it out. You will not be disappointed. It is a hilarious movie. Yeah, there you go, Joe. I hope you enjoyed this recommendation. This one was for you. You asked for it. There you are, man. And as for the rest of you, have yourselves a good night. Take care, and we'll see you next week.